Shalom.
All right, all praises be to the power of Aim, Isaac, and Jacob, for his mercy truly endure forever. We're going to get started with the Shabbat service. Like we started about 5 minutes late, but we're going to get going. Baruch Shah, the shofar. We're going to get started. All praises be to the power of Aim, Isaac, and Jacob, for his mercy truly endure forever. What we're going to do is we're going to go into this time of year, this holiday that comes up around this time. Everybody go crazy, making the florist a rich man, swear they honoring their mother, but they're not really honoring their mother. They're honoring some pagan religion or some pagan worship of a mother that they don't even know of. Meanwhile, the way the Most High taught us to honor our mothers, they put that to the back burner. But we're going to see what the scriptures have to say on how we should truly honor our mothers, how we should truly honor the Most High in the name of Mashiach Yahushua. Okay? Imagine what Panya Yerushalayim stand and face Jerusalem. We set up the prayers. Open up the Shabbat service. First, we will bless the Shabbat service. Barak Yahweh.
Barak Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Hamashiach.
Hamashiach.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Hawa'ah.
Hawa'ah.
Dalanawa.
Dalanawa.
HaShabbat.
HaShabbat.
Bashalom.
Bashalom.
From water.
Water.
From Yad.
From Yad.
Amen.
Amen.
What I said in the Hebrew tongue is, blessed be the Most High that gives us the Sabbath day in peace. Thank you, so be it. Amen. We're going to set up the 10 Commandments. The law that was given to our forefathers, Mount Sinai. The Aisharab, the Tazawat, the 10 Commandments, and the Lashon HaKodesh. Read the Hebrew. La'ah, Yahaya, Lakah, Al-Hayim, Al-Horim, Al-Panya, La'ah, the Aisha, Lakah, Pasal, Wala'ah, Badagam, La'ah, Walakokwa, Shawah, Yahweh, Aleka, Lashwa, Zakar, Hayawam, Hashabat, Lakodashwa, Kabad, Abaka, Wa'amaka, La'ah, Taratazak, La'ah, Tara'at, La'ah, Bagana, La'ah, Ainor, Shakor, La'ah, Mahamad, Ko, Asherah, Mara'aika, Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, Amen.
10 Commandments in English. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Most High, that power which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other power before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. But I, the Most High, that power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High power in vain, for the Most High will not hold you guiltless that taketh the name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Most High power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For 6 days the Most High made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the Sabbath day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee. thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. The water in yard, Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
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 All praises be to Power in Isaac and Jacob of Israel. We thank you, how for giving us this Shabbat day. We thank you, how for all the souls in this room and all those that belong into the Spirit and all the Akim, Wakim, the Fit Shirashalam, every Shabbat day, every new moon, every high holy day, blessed thy high holy name, and giving thee reverence and thanks and worship, for thou art worthy to be worshipped. Baruch Shai, send down our righteous angels to encamp with us this day, and to minister unto us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding contained in thy holy scriptures, that we might be built up in these last days and prepared for our salvation. All this we ask in the name of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Let all that have breath praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Let all that have breath praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Mashiach Yahweh Shai. The water of the yard. Amen.
Amen.
You shall be seated.
Good. Got it.
All praises be to the Power in Isaac and Jacob. We hear Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right, Sabbath in peace. All right, as we enter into the rest, all right, we enter into the time that is appointed that we are to rest as Hebrew Israelites, because our Father rested from his creation on this evening as the sun falls on what Esau calls Friday, but in the scriptures call the seventh as the sixth day. As the sun falls upon the sixth day, we enter into the seventh day, which is the rest of the Most High Yah. And his Shabbat day, and on his Shabbat day, we're to give ourselves wholly unto him. It's a holy convocation, it's a gathering. It's time for us to come together and review the word of the Most High. Hopefully you've been reading and studying throughout the week, right? And you have been educating yourself on your father and your power, on your nation, on your nationality, right? But we want to deal with a topic tonight that I'm sure some of you probably dealing with in your homes or, amongst your family. And we're going to deal with this topic of Mother's Day. Okay? Because every year around this time, our people go crazy thinking that they're honoring mothers when they're only really honoring a Egyptian deity and not their mother. All right? And they're not showing their mother the love that the scriptures told us to show our mothers a certain type of love and a certain type of honor. And we're going to learn that, how to honor our mothers according to scripture, and how not to follow in the ways of our slave masters, all right? The ways of these nations that have taught us this thing called Mother's Day. Okay? But every day we are to honor our father and our mother, huh? As it is written. So we're going to look at it in the scriptures and get clarity and understanding. All right, so you don't feel pressured, because they come and bring that pressure on you. Oh, you don't love your mother, right? They try to put pressure on you. And if you're not grounded in the word, you might fold up. Some of y'all might have bought flowers. I don't know. You know what I mean? But we're going to find out, right? According to statistics, this is the highest holiday when it comes to the florist industry. I have this paper right here. It's breaking it down and said flowers sold 1.96 billion on Mother's Day. $1.96 billion on Mother's Day, right? Gift certificates, $1.2 billion on Mother's Day. Okay, those are the highest two. Oh no, we got clothing. That's up there too. $1.2 billion on Mother's Day, right? Special outings, or brunches. So you want to take oh, it's Mother's Day. Let me take my mother out to brunch, out to lunch.
Yeah.
What is brunch anyway? After late breakfast, early lunch? I'm not even sure what that is, right? But whatever that brunch is, right? $2.8 billion on brunch is spent on Mother's Day. And this is just a few, this is the highest figures. There's other figures, all right? You also got simple things like, personal services, facials and spas and all that stuff for your mom. 928 million is spent on that. So that just shows you that these holidays in Esau society is all about money. It's money marketing scheme. You always got the Mother's Day sale, Father's Day sale. You got to run out there and try to get the sale. It's all about money. It ain't about your mother. It has nothing to do about your mother. Right? You got to bring your mother up on game and know, listen, you being bamboozled right now. Because you got emotional with this thing, thinking it's about you, and it ain't even about you. Okay? This is about Esau just having his industries, his money flowing. He uses all his holidays as this money cash machines, right? But the origination of this, we're going to see, had nothing to do with your biological mother, okay? So now let's get Colossians 3, verse 17, giving all thanks to the Most High, in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, first and foremost, and then we're going to get in these scriptures.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by him.
Right, so always giving thanks to the Most High in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, the one, our Lord, and our Savior. Okay, let's get Jeremiah 10, verse 1. Stop right there.
Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Right, O house of Israel. So this word is going out to the house of Israel. What did the Most High say to the house of Israel? Come on.
Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen.
The Bible says, learn not the way of the heathen. Okay? Learn not the way. Don't learn heathen customs. Okay? That's what it's clear instruction. Don't do this. Don't follow the ways of the heathen. Okay? Because the heathen will lead you into what? Into wickedness. Not because everybody's doing it, mean that you should do it too. A lot of times people get caught up in these holidays because they feel bad because everybody else is buying flowers for their mother. Well, I got to buy flowers for my mother too. Yeah. Right? Because they get caught up in what everybody else is doing. All right? Give me Deuteronomy 28, 29. I'm just find multitude to do evil. Exodus 23 and 2. 19. Yeah, that's it. It's like Exodus 23, verse 2.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23, and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right. So not because everybody else is doing it, your neighbor's doing it. Your neighbor's got flowers. She go to work. Her co-workers, they got flowers on their desk. Where's her flowers at? They think, oh, you must not have no children. All right? Or people say, what are they gonna say? They see you, oh, happy Mother's Day. Yeah. And you feel obligated to say it back. Yeah. Right? Read that again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23, and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Not because everybody doing what you doing. One thing you gotta learn in this truth is you always gonna be in the oddball. You're gonna be the odd man out. Right? Everybody gonna be doing something you're not doing. You gotta get used to that. That's why I used to say it's a separation that happens when you come into this truth. You're going to be separate so many different ways. You're going to get used to being that person that just doesn't do what everybody else is doing. Okay? And people will get used to you being that separate one. Because you march into a different drum. You got a different power. You serving a different power. You're not doing what they're doing. Okay? Especially when these so-called holidays come up, you're not going to be doing what they're doing. All right, read that again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right.
Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Right. So don't speak in a clause, decline after many to wrest judgment. Meaning that what? Don't be fighting with judgment. To wrest judgment means you fighting with it. If something is wicked, it's wicked. If it's right, it's right. Don't be trying to, oh, well, maybe because, you know, the situation is this, right? No matter what the situation is. With the Most High, is right and is wrong. Is sin or is righteousness? You got to make that choice. You got to see what it is. Forget about the situation. What is it? Okay. And you got to move in that spirit. Now, this Mother's Day, we're going to go into some of the origin of this Mother's Day. Okay. I'm going to read the spiritual origin of Mother's Day. Only recently dubbed Mother's Day, the highly traditional practice of honoring of motherhood is rooted in antiquity, and past rites typically had strong symbolic and spiritual overtones. Societies tend to celebrate goddesses and symbols rather than actual mothers. So this thing is rooted in worshiping what? Right. False idols. Right? False idols. Give me Psalms. It's not rooted. It's not nothing to do with your actual mother. Is that 96? And 5? Give me that.
The book of Psalm, chapter 96 and verse 5.
Right?
For all the gods of the nations are idols.
Right. All the gods of the nations are idols. Right? So this is one of the gods of the nations, these goddesses. More specifically, Isis is the god that Mother's Day worships. The goddess Isis, the Egyptian goddess Isis. That's where they got this Mother's Day thing from. That's where it's rooted from. That's where it comes from. That's the birthplace of this practice. All right? A lot of times people do things, they just follow along, but they don't know where this came from. They don't even question things. Right? They just say, oh, well, it's, it's Mother's Day. And they train our children from young. Yeah. Pre-K. Got them cutting flowers and something or painting something. What are you doing this for? Mother's Day. And they use the love that a child has for his mother against him, in a sense. Because what child don't love his mother? Yeah. You know what I mean? But what does that got to do with Mother's Day? Loving your mother and Mother's Day is two different things. Okay. The Bible is clear on how we're supposed to honor our mothers. Give me Exodus 20, verse 12.
Okay, Exodus chapter 20 and verse 12.
Right.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Right. Honor thy father and thy mother. Read on.
That thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee.
Right. This. If you honor your parents, because that's who your father and mother is, your parents, who sum it up. Right. your days is going to be long upon this earth. Okay. The problem amongst our people is a lot of times we don't honor our father and our mother because they don't honor their father and mother. Because they didn't honor their father and mother. And they didn't honor their father and mother. It's a cycle that happens. Ultimately, nobody honoring the Most High, the Father, the Heavenly Father. It stems from that. When that's out of order, everything else is out of order. Okay. All the foundations of the earth is off course once you stop honoring the Most High God. Okay. Because that's where you learn how to honor your mother or your father, by honoring the Most High God. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 5 and 16 also. We're going to start with the law.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 16. Honor thy father and thy mother,
right,
as the Most High thy power have commanded thee.
That's right. He has as he has commanded us. So when you honor your father and your mother, can you do it any way you feel like it? What did it say? How are we supposed to honor our father and mother? How? What we just read? As what? As the Most High commanded you. You see, so he said honor them, but honor them the way I told you to honor them. He didn't say to make up holidays called Mother's Day or follow after a pagan worship. He said honor them the way I told you to honor them. Now we're going to go into some scriptures on how to honor our father and mother. Okay? Because that part, that's what's really lost. Right? People say they love their parents, but that's lost. Okay? Give me Colossians 3 and 20.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 20.
Read.
Children, obey your parents in all things.
Right, children, right? So we talking about our parents. It says obey your parents in all things. When you're a child, you got to obey your parents in all things. You in your parents' house, you do whatever you want to do. Right? They turn their back, that's it. Everything they tell you not to do, that's what you're doing. But then Mother's Day come around and you want to give them some candies and some tasty cakes. And that's supposed to be all right. How about you actually honoring them as the scriptures say? How about that?
For this is well pleasing unto the Most High.
For this is well pleasing to our Father Yahweh. So we gotta understand it comes rooted there. Your parents tell you to do something, and you take it as a, while they looking, when they turn their back, you do whatever you want to do. Right? Where's the honor in that? So the scriptures say, obey your parents. Right? You and your parents, especially in your parents' house. Okay. But even when you get to age, you're going to see how our forefathers, they honored their mother. They honored their fathers up in age. Okay? It wasn't bent about some pagan worship of the goddess Isis. Okay? Let's get the Apocrypha. Give me the 3rd chapter of Ecclesiastes. 3 and 1.
The book of Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear me, your father, O children,
right,
and do thereafter, that ye may be safe.
That ye may be what?
May be safe.
That you may be safe. What is safe? Away from harm. Harm won't come to you. So he said, obey what he's about to tell you, that no harm comes to you. Read on.
For the Most High have given the father honor over the children.
The Most High has given the father honor over his children. What is honor? What's that another word for honor? Respect. You're supposed to have a certain amount of respect for your father. Okay. Over the children. You see, what happens today is, unfortunately, the fathers be moving in a very disrespectful way to their own selves, which causes a chain reaction. Okay. Hold that where you at. Go back to Colossians. Let me read some of the Colossians. You know. Go back to Colossians and read the next verse, 21, 3 and 21.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 21. Fathers.
Who?
Fathers.
You see, now the father is going to be instructed over the children. It says, fathers, read.
Provoke not your children to anger.
Provoke not your children to anger. Read on.
Lest they be discouraged.
Lest they be discouraged. What would provoke a child to anger? If their father is what? Abusive. What else? Angry with what? If you're angry, maybe you got a reason to be angry. It depends. Lying to him. What else? What else? See, a lot of people, a lot of fathers, you know, first of all, the fathers be absent. Who knows where he at, right? And if so, is he drunk? Is he high? Is he, you know, is he on the streets? Is he gay? Is he banging? Is he what? All these things, it could be your father doing these things. These things will provoke a child to anger. Why? Because he's not being a father. He's not being the example. He's not showing himself in order. All right? A father out of order is going to bring the child. If the child is going to look at his father like he's crazy. Right? Because he out of order. Remember, it all goes back to the order. The order has to be established. What's the order? Get Corinthians real quick. This is what causes the chaos. A lot of people be looking to fix the symptoms instead of the sickness. Okay? The sickness is here because the order is jacked up. Had the order been in place, then our fathers, our parents would be in order. They would know how to instruct us. Get the order real quick. Give me 1 Corinthians 11.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11,
verse 3.
And verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach.
It's Christ, right? The head of every man is the Messiah. So if every father understood that, then they would be moving after the ways of the Messiah. Kurt? Read on.
And the head of the woman is the man.
So now if our woman was in order, they would understand that they move after their husband. Okay? There's order in the house. Read on.
And the head of a Mashiach is Yahweh.
It's Yahweh. So that's the order right there. Because that order is broken up because the woman trying to be over the man, and the man is ignoring his head, which is the Mashiach Yahweh. You want to make the nation's head, tradition his head, following after religion, following after everything but the Most High God. So now the whole household is all mixed up. Children provoked to anger because if the father's supposed to be in order, he ain't in order. He's supposed to be keeping these commandments, supposed to be, you know, disciplined. How you going to teach, like they say, do as I say, not as I do. Right? That'll provoke your child to anger. You out there getting high, but you tell your son don't get high. Your son don't get high. Right? Your mother out there, she, you know, what's it, getting her groove on? Yeah, you know, what do you want to say? Yeah. Stella got a groove on. Right? She out there getting her Stella groove on, but she trying to tell her daughter, wait for your husband. Right? The daughter looking at her mother like, man, listen, it's about 15 jokers come through here. You ain't trying to hear that. She gonna be out there the first one ready to give her some attention. She be jumping right up on it. Right? Because why? The order is not there. You want to try to address the symptoms, but the sickness is that we're not following Yahweh. We're not following the Torah. we have been disconnected from our power. That's the real sickness. When we can rejoin our power again, like we're doing now by going to this Torah and seeing that Mother's Day is off, and the Most High is going to give us the instruction on how to honor our mothers and our fathers. This is how we get reconnected with our power. Okay? We're going to be establishing order from us down. Everybody understand that? Now order is going to be set. Now your children are going to honor you. You know what I mean? And then you're not going to provoke them to anger because you be moving in the spirit of the Most High. Because they see in the way you honoring your Father that's in heaven. They see in your order. Okay? So now things are getting reestablished. Now Israel is coming back. Okay? Now the Most High will join to us again. Right? So let's go back now to who's in Ecclesiastes. He's got to cuss the 3rd chapter, I believe, 2nd verse.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
But the Most High had given the father honor over the children,
right,
and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the son.
Right, confirm the authority of the mother over the sons. Okay? So if your mother's in order, right, she has the authority over her sons. It's not because you say, well, I'm a man now, you can't tell me nothing. But you still in the house. You don't go down like that. You got to shut down. Your mother got authority over you. Right? You got to learn how to reason with somebody that got authority over you. You can't be arguing and pushing up your chest to your mother. Anybody understand that? Most High going to show you very clearly in the scriptures that is sin. All right? Your mother is not your girlfriend. All right? You get a certain age, you want to be ordering your mother around like she's your wife or your girlfriend or something. All right? She'll always be in that position of honor. Okay. Now, as you become a man and you got your own household, of course, you can't have your mother run your house. You got your house. Okay? But while you in her house, she got authority over you. Everybody understand that? Read.
Verse 3. Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins.
Read on.
And he that honoreth his mother,
right,
is as one that layeth up treasure.
It's as one that layeth up treasure. Why is that? Why is that? What that mean? It's as one that layeth up treasures. What that mean? What's that talking about? Kingdom? It's like one that layeth up treasures. By you honoring your mother, what are you doing? Huh? What do you mean by that? Change part in there. What are you referring to?
Like when they say every man will be judged according to his works, so some people will, that did good works, they will get like crowns and stuff. Right?
Oh, you're talking about like your jewels, your kingdom. All right, similar to that. Give me Matthew 6. And 19.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 19.
Come on.
Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth,
Come on.
where moth and rust doth corrupt,
right,
and where thieves break through and steal.
Right. Come on.
But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven.
Right. Read on.
Where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Come on.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Right. So what? We're supposed to be concentrating on doing what's right in the eyes of the heavens. in the eyes of the Most High. So when you honor your mother, you're doing what's right in the eyes of the Most High. It's like you stacking treasures in heaven. Most High watching. You dishonoring your mother and your father, the Most High looking at you crazy, man. Right? They say, yo, you ain't moving like one of my sons. You're not moving in the light right now. But you talking to your mother all greasy, all crazy. Okay? Or you're not honoring them by taking care of them, making sure they got what they need. As we get older, they get older. So we gotta make sure that they're taken care of. Right?
I'm not going to disrespect you, but like you know, the mother's.
Well, listen, you gotta look at it like this.
Speaking from perspective, like you're not staying with her.
Yeah, you're not staying with her.
Mother, and you know, she picked up fights with you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the case with my mother, I don't want to go in the house no more because she got white Jesus all on the door, and I'm told about it.
Yeah.
I showed her the scripture that he's a black man. I said, you need to take this down.
Right, but what you gotta understand now is that you're her son. All right? She has authority over you. You try to switch the authority, it ain't gonna work that way. You can't go in her house and tell her to take that Caesar off a wall. Now you can tell her that it's an abomination, but she gotta take that off the wall. You can't take it off the wall, you out of order. According to scripture, you out of order. Huh? Yeah, you can ask her, but you can't take offense to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Because she's your mother. Remember, the Most High showed us love. We were wicked. Did he not bring this knowledge and wisdom to us in our wickedness? That's how he showed us love. Give me Deuteronomy 7. Let me show you something. Read 7 and 6.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
God.
For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power.
Come on.
The Most High thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Right?
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So now the Most High chose us to be a special people unto himself above all people on the earth. Why did he do that? What was so special about us? Exactly. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was his choice. All right? There was nothing special about it. But the Most High said, you know what? I choose Israel to be my choice. And what did he do? You know?
The Most High did not set his love upon you.
That means he set his love upon us. He didn't set his love upon us for what? Read on.
Nor choose you.
Nor choose us. Read.
Because ye were more in number than any people.
We wasn't a great nation. We had so much people. Read on.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
Matter of fact, we was the slimmest of all the nations. We ain't have much numbers. Read on.
But because the Most High loved you.
Because he did what?
Because the Most High loved you.
Because the Most High loved you. He loved you regardless.
Mm-hmm.
He loved us regardless. We was the fewest of all people. We stiff-necked, rebellious, right? But the Most High put his love on us anyway. That's how we learn how to love, the way the Most High love. That's the kind of love you got to have when you're dealing with your parents. They might be wrong, you might be off, but you still going to show them that love. Right? You ain't going to try to make them what you want them to be. They ain't going to be what they are. You got your little ones to deal with. They got to see you moving in order. They're going to see how you honor your father. They ever thought you argue with your mother, your father, they're going to argue with you, whether you right or wrong. Because they see you haven't mastered that honor. You got to show them that you mastered that honor. Right? Read on.
And because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your father.
Because he will keep the oath that is sworn. So we got laws. And we made an oath to the Most High. We said we're going to keep his commandments. So his commandments, as we going through and saying we got to obey, we got to honor, we got to do this, right? You're going to see we can't even really be arguing with our mother. We're gonna go through the scriptures. You can't really be, you gotta be a kind of shutdown, right? And you're gonna see it in the scriptures. Right? Go ahead. Uh-huh.
So they get mad if you don't call them on Mother's Day.
Right. And you gotta expect them. There's no disrespect to you, but I'm honoring my Father that's in heaven. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta let them know ahead of time. Listen, you know you're not gonna hear from your Mother's Day. All right. Now, I'm at a point now. I've been this 27 years, so my parents ain't looking for me, right? But in the early stages, they were looking at me crazy. But I had to tell them I learned to get ahead of time. Listen, next week that pagan holiday, Mother's Day is coming up. You know, I don't get down with that, right? I'm a servant of the Most High God, right? So I need to do what the Father said, and that's against what the Father said. So don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you gotta you gotta be wise. You gotta be wise in the spirit. You choose some random day throughout the year, right? You whatever day you want to choose. Buy some flowers and take out for something to eat, right? So when that holiday comes around, she can't say you never buy the flowers and you never took her out. What you mean? I took you out like 3 months ago. We went to the Olive Garden, right? Got the unlimited salad, or whatever the case may be. Right? You gotta break your pocket now, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think thrifty, right? What you doing is what you using wisdom. So that they can't say, oh yeah, you did do that. Yeah. You know, so I can't really say nothing. I'm on shutdown, okay?
That's that trigger that they're speaking about.
That's right. Right. You gotta work. When you honor that, when you honor not following the ways of the heathen, right, and not giving into this Mother's Day, you stacking those treasures in heaven. But now, when you honor your mother, you stacking more treasures. But now you showing her the honor and love that she might be win over to this truth just seeing the way you're moving like that. Instead of being offensive, you just start cutting off everything. You start being offensive. Damn, this cat just don't come to nothing, right? You gotta replace it and say, well, you know what? Let me just show up randomly. You know what I mean? Let me just randomly show up. So then what? You can't say I ain't been around, right? I came back. It was out there last month. Oh yeah, but it's Thanksgiving. Everybody's in town. Well, they can come see me anytime. But I'm not gonna be down there in that badness, right? Right? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Barking on him. It's all good. Let me tell you something. Your mother like to bark on you. I'm gonna give you the scripture to deal with that. Give me Proverbs 15, verse 1. Everybody got different. Got to learn how to deal with different spurs, different, people coming at you. Most High gave us all the weapons in these scriptures. Man. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 15, and verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath.
Read that again.
A soft answer turneth away wrath.
See, now if you got rule over your spirit, somebody can come to you with some wrathful speech, and you just get them a soft answer. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you are doing, and I told you, I called you, and you ain't picking the phone. You're right. You're absolutely right. All praise to the Most High that I'm okay. Are you okay? All right? I'm very concerned about the fact that you're upset. You need to come by? You don't have to be, what? We ain't talking like that. You don't. Now you've got the spirit. Her spirit has jumped on you. Now you argue with her. Right? Why they say never argue with a fool? Because from a distance, everybody knows what's the difference. You both look like two fools arguing over there. Okay? You don't argue with them. So read that again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath.
That's it, man. Put it on the Most High. Just say to Heavenly Father, I'm going to try to, try to battle joust with you. It is what it is. But you know, I'm gonna do this for you. I'll take care of you. I'm gonna show you honor regardless. I'm gonna give you the respect of understanding that you're upset right now. Right? I'm not just gonna just give you no, you know, don't give no regard to how you feeling right now. Even though what you know the way they feeling right now is not warranted. You know it's not, it's Satan, right? But you have to deal with it, you know, accordingly. We don't.
But grievous words.
But what?
Grievous words.
Now you want to argue back, grievous words. What you said to me? I'm a grown man. I ain't 14 years old no more. I got my own house. Grievous words, read on.
Stir of anger.
You done made it even more angry now. You done stir the anger up to the next level now. Right? You over there piping for what? Now you angry too. Right? You mean 1 Peter 3:8.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 8.
All right.
1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 8. Finally, be ye all of one mind.
Right. Be ye all of one mind. I mean, have this thought. Right? We don't.
Having compassion one of another.
You got to have compassion one of another. Somebody don't really understand. They don't know. They taking this personal. You ain't bringing no flowers. They in their spirit. Right? They girlfriends at the job got flowers on their desk. They desk blank. They feeling crazy in the spirit, right? They coming at you because they don't know better. You still have compassion for them though. Say, yeah, man, I know you know, you can even bring that up. Yeah, I know everybody getting flowers around you. You ain't getting none. It ain't that your sons don't care about you. It's that this ain't the time.
Yeah.
There's a time and place for all things under the sun. Right? This ain't the time. This ain't the place. This is the time to refrain from those things. Why? Because we know that this is a pagan worship. And we're not going to get involved. Read on.
Love as brethren, be pitiful.
You what?
Be pitiful.
What does it mean to be pitiful? What does that mean to be pitiful? Merciful, man. Have pity on somebody. Right? Feel somebody else's pain for a moment. Be pitiful. Say, oh, yeah, you know, I can see you still holding on to this world, man. I know that must be hard on you. Right? Read on.
Be courteous.
Be courteous. Right? Read on.
Not rendering evil for evil.
You see that? Not rendering evil for evil. They might be coming at you evil. You don't got to go back at them evil.
Yeah.
You know what you're supposed to do. You know what the scriptures say about how you're supposed to deal with how you're supposed to honor your father and your mother. And we're going to go to some more scriptures on that. So we're going to have clear understanding on that. Read on.
Or railing for railing.
Railing for railing. They yelling at you. You got to yell back at them. He said, don't do this. Read on.
But contrary-wise,
when they yelling at you, read on.
Blessing.
Blessings. Oh, now. Who can do that now? Now you come into the spirit of Mashiach Yahushua. You got to eliminate yourself out of your feelings and realize that you might be receiving the hate, but it ain't you that they hate. It ain't you that they're angry with. It's your righteousness that they're angry with. So go ahead and let them be angry with your righteousness. But you contrary-wise, you moving in a blessed spirit. Man, I'm going to bless you. Even though you're angry with me, the Most High bless you and keep you. That's all I can say. All right, I ain't going to argue with you. But the Most High bless you and keep you. All right, read on.
Knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
You see, you got to know that for sure. This is what you call to do, and called to inherit blessings for your good works, for your speech. When we get judged for our very speech, we're not clear. We can't be saying anything we want to say. All right. The Most High judges our speech. Everybody understand that? The things that come out of my mouth was fit for judgment. All right. Give me that real quick. Give me James 3. James 3 and 1.
The book of James, chapter 3 and verse 1. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man.
Everybody offends somebody when they said something one day, right? Anybody that never offended anybody is a perfect man. Right? How you did that? Read on.
And able also to bridle the whole body.
Right?
Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths,
right?
That they may obey us.
Come on.
And we turn about their whole body.
Right?
Behold also the ships, which though they be so great and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm.
Right?
Whithersoever the governor listeth.
Right? So they got a little oar at the bottom of a big ship, one little fin. When that thing turned, that whole ship turned in the water. So he's saying something small can control something large. That's basically what it's going to. Little bit that goes in a horse's mouth is small, but it controls the whole horse. Read on.
Even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things.
That's it. Your tongue, your mouth, what you say. Your tongue is a little member of your body. But man, it can cause a lot of problems.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Read on.
Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Right? Come on.
And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity.
A world, it can be a world of iniquity. Meaning you be caught sin because of what you said. We got to be mindful of what we say. Everybody understand that? Read on.
So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature.
Read.
And it is set on fire of hell.
Come on.
For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and have been tamed of mankind.
Come on.
But the tongue.
But the what?
But the tongue.
The tongue is worse than these beasts. Read on.
Can no man tame.
Can no man tame. Read on.
It is unruly evil. Full of deadly poison.
Come on.
Therewith, bless we the Most High.
Right.
Even the Father.
Come on.
And therewith, curse we men.
Right.
Which are made after the similitude of the Most High.
Read on.
Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessing and cursing.
Come on.
My brethren, these things are not so to be.
Right. So it ain't supposed to be like that.
All right.
So we gotta make sure we know we called to give the blessing. We are called to give righteousness. That's it. Man. That's all we gonna speak. Somebody want us to say something different, ain't gonna get that. Ain't gonna get no happy Mother's Day out of me. It ain't gonna get it unless I'm condemning Mother's Day. Okay? That's all you're gonna get. But I should most high bless you and keep you all day. All right? Because I know that's of the Father. All right? All right. You see that?
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brother stood without.
Oh, I was
36.
I got you. Book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak,
right.
They shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Exactly. So every idle word men speak, they shall take account of that in their day of judgment. So you can't get away with saying anything crazy. We gotta make sure our speech is right. So that's why we can't go around talking about Happy Mother's Day to everybody, every female around. Oh, you got a child? Happy Mother's Day. Right? No. Not just your mother, but no mother. Because that ain't got nothing to do with them. Mother's Day, we just read it. We'll read it again. Spiritual origin of Mother's Day. Only recently dubbed Mother's Day, the highly traditional practice of honoring of motherhood is rooted in antiquity, and past rites typically had strong symbolic and spiritual overtones. Societies tend to celebrate goddesses and symbols rather than actual mothers. So that's what it was, about goddesses and symbols, false gods. That's what Mother's Day is about, right? The personal human touch of Mother's Day is a relative new phenomenon. The maternal object of adoration ranges from mythological female deities to the Christian church itself. Only in the past few centuries did celebrations of motherhood develop a decidedly human focus. So it was never. This thing go way back. It was about deities, about goddesses. It had nothing to do about your mother. That's why you don't read about no Mother's Day, Father's Day in the scriptures. Okay? Because we honored our father and mother every day. Everybody understand that? Let's go back to the scriptures. All right. Did we go down to 8 yet as well? We read down to verse 8.
Okay.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 2.
All right, verse 2. We got some words to go. Just go.
For the Most High have given the father honor over the children,
right?
And have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons.
Come on.
Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins.
Come on.
And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure.
You know.
Whoso honoreth his father shall have joy of his own children.
Come on.
And when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard.
See that? When you make your prayer, you're going to be heard. Because you're honored for your father. Read on.
He that honoreth his father shall have a long life. And he that is obedient unto the Most High shall be a comfort to his mother.
Shall be a what?
A comfort to his mother.
So you got to ask yourself, are you being a comfort to your mother? When your mother see you, is she comforted by your presence because of, your way you interact with her? She's supposed to be comforted by your presence, whether she's understanding this truth or not. All right, read on.
Verse 7. He that feareth the Most High will honor his father, and will do service unto his parents as to his masters.
Right, will do service unto his parents as to his mother, as to his masters. What's your masters? Like if you have a job, your boss, or if you were in school, your teacher, right? That's your master. That's somebody who has mastery over you at that point in time. That's how you're supposed to move with your parents, making sure they have what they need. Read on.
Verse 8. Honor thy father and mother both in word and deed.
Here it is. Read on.
That a blessing may come upon thee from them.
Right, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. That's where you come with inheritance now. You want to know why your name blotted out the inheritance. why they took your name off the will, right? The scriptures say wisdom with an inheritance, that's a good thing. All right? You could use some bread if you got some wisdom. They tell you what to do with it. Okay. But we got to use our mind. This scripture is giving us all instruction on how to move around our parents and deal with them, especially when you come into this word. Because when you come into this word, some divisions will come about. But when those divisions come about, and we're going to read about that, you just can't be moving emotional with it. Let the division take place, but be spiritual about it. So when they want to go off and do their pagan holiday worships, they're not calling you no more. So the division is there. It's okay. Let it be there. But they're going to honor you if you deal with them according to what we read in the scriptures. They're going to have respect for you. Okay. Give me Exodus 21:17.
The book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 17.
Come on.
And he that curseth his father or his mother.
He that curses his father or his mother. So you get into heated arguments with your father and your mother. That's to the point where you curse them. Read on.
Shall surely be put to death.
Listen, that was a crime punishable by death. Just to say some craziness like that to your parents. You ain't had to lay a finger on them. All you had to do is say some madness like that. What'd you say? They go get the elders right now. My son just cursed me in the house. That's when them elders coming, or you hear his footsteps. They came to the edge of that city, right? Cats is shining up their stones. We got a new one, huh? What do you do? Cursed his father and his mother. There's gonna be a pile of stones where you were standing. Right? Read on.
And if men strive together.
That's it on that. Give me Deuteronomy 21:19. We're going to go to the law on this, man. We're going to root it in the Lord, and we're going to go to the prophets, and we're going to go to the gospel to show that this whole scripture is saying the same thing. Come and deal with your parents. But none of it's telling you to keep no Mother's Day. None of it said you got to follow the multitude to do evil. Okay, read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, and verse 19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him,
right,
and bring him out.
So I can start with 18.
Verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son,
right,
which will not obey the voice of his father,
right,
or the voice of his mother,
show you that what? Your father and your mother ought to be listened to. Everybody understand that? You got children nowadays cussing their mother out. Right? And want to know why they end up getting shot. Why they end up getting killed. We getting shot and killed for our own disobedience to the will of the Most High. I can't think, I'm not saying this don't happen, right? But I can't see a mother saying, son, I need you to go outside and move these keys real quick. All right? Because I got to get this cocaine money. Right? I'm not saying it don't happen, but it's very few and far between. Most of the time, you out there doing crime, your mother is none the wiser of what you do. Or you trying to hide it. Or you on the low. You sneaking out to go do your wickedness. Right? You ain't being straight with it. Why is that? Because they're going to order you to do what's right or wrong. Didn't our parents tell us to do our homework and go to school? He told us to do the same thing. Did we do that? You know what I'm saying? Including myself. Right? Sometimes. Right? Nothing else interesting was going on. Right? But we were programmed in this society that, and Esau teaches us this in his media, in his movies and everything. Parents say one thing, parents turn their back when you got a house party. Right? Don't let nobody come over. They leave the house party. Right? We laugh about it, we see food, but then what happens when our parents leave the house? House party. Right? The same thought pattern pops in our mind. Where we get that from? We get it from the media, we get it from movies, we get it from society that teaches us, yo, listen, this is what you gotta do. This is how it is. It's not how the Most High said it is. He didn't say it was that way. In our time, in our kingdom, you curse your mother or your father, you a stone. Right here, this son here doesn't want to listen to his mother and father. Let's see what happens to him. Read him.
Book Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son,
right,
which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him,
grab him up, read on,
and bring him out unto the elders,
bring him to the elders, come on,
of his city, and unto the gate of his place.
Right.
And they shall say unto the elders of the city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious.
Don't they do that today? What is this? How is it be done today? What are they end up taking this son to? Read on. Jail. The courthouse. In front of the judge, right or wrong? Well, judge, I talked to him and he ain't listening to me. I don't know what he's doing. Right? Because when he get caught doing some wickedness, when he got caught trying to rob the damn liquor store or something, right? Right? Then what? He realizes that you got to go to court now. You're a juvenile. Your parents got to come to court. Your parents get that subpoena to be there now. Because you done did some wickedness, and now you're in court. First they tell the judge, man, listen, I told him 1,000 times, don't hang out with that crap. I told him 1,000 times, come in the house at night. He want to do his own thing. He not listening to me. So that's the same thing happening here. They went to the judges. We had our own judges in our game, right? Go ahead.
They don't have fathers. I have friends who they don't have fathers.
Right.
Because they feel like they can run over the mom, like, you know, they get to a certain age, they don't feel beaten.
That's right. Because they're looking at the physical. They're not looking at the spiritual. They don't want to do that to their father. Their father might, you know, go upside their head, right? Then you got a fight to deal with now. But their moms ain't gonna, she can't fight me. I'm a grown man now. So then they what? They try to, I'm trying to hear that right now. And push past their mom or whatever the case may be. They forget that the Most High watching. And Most High's like, oh yeah, really? That's how that goes down? Now Ray and Junebug don't make it home that night. Right? They get lit up. They just had this dude get lit up. The cars head him off, like stopped him in his, like boxed him in and lit him up. So the lady is there talking about the boy that got lit up, said, oh, he was a good boy. And he used to call me grandma and something like that. And now she ain't his grandma. Where's his parents at? Some lady is speaking for this man. Where's his man's parents at? What happened to his parents? I bet you his father got something different to say about it. All right? His mother probably got something different to say about it. Right? Because he done left the house. So he done left, home or on the run, on the road, streets, running, because he don't want to keep order. He don't want to keep correction. He don't want to keep the rules of the house. So he break out. All right? Go do his own thing. Sometimes you go out there and you learn before you destroy yourself. Sometimes you go out there and you don't never learn. You don't never learn. Okay. But show you, all that discourse and disorder comes from not keeping the order. It ain't the woman, it ain't your mother that you keep it, is your mother's who you fearing, but it's because the Most High Yah told you to fear them. Because the Most High Yah instructed you this way and said, this is the way. When we started this, we read what? Deuteronomy 5:16. It says, honor the way the Most High told you to honor your parents, not how you feel like it. Don't tattoo your mother's name on your back. Talking about, yeah, it's my mom's, I love my mom, so I tattoo her on my shoulder. Don't get no damn tattoos. The Most High ain't with that. These are things I hear. These things I see with my own eyes. Now, who's Sabrina? That's my mom's. I put on my right hand because that's my heart. So I go like that. That's my mom. Anybody ask you to do all that? And they be talking about like they real deep with it too. Like, yo, the scriptures say how to honor your parents. You done keep on with your own thing. Most I ain't going for that. I ain't trying to hear that. Right? Read on.
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 20. And they shall say unto the elders of this city,
right?
This our son is stubborn, right, and rebellious.
Stubborn. Don't want to hear rebellious. Give him something to do. He want to do the opposite. Read on.
He will not obey our voice.
Right?
He is a glutton.
He's a what?
A glutton.
What's a glutton? That overeat greedy, man. Only care about his own self, man. She bought a box of cereal. The whole box is empty. In one day. What are you doing? Nobody else eat no cereal? That's it. But that's that gluttonous spirit. It's a terrible spirit. A lot of children get that gluttonous spirit. You gotta bang that out your child real young. Right? So you just say you gotta bow to their neck when they're real young to learn how to think about others. Because children are rebellious from their youth to think about their own self. Okay, go ahead. What?
Fight for that last chair.
Fight for the self. Mm-hmm. That's it. You got to snatch and they fall on the floors, whatever. Yeah, right. But we got to teach our children differently. Our teachers got to be what? We got to be that child that gives that last piece away. Not trying to just be gluttonous and want to eat up everything, take everything, only want to consume. Okay? That's a whole other class dealing with sons and children. You know what I mean? But that's a whole other class full of scripture. The lessons we got to teach them and get them on the right spirit. All right? But it's up to us to do that. Our parents might not got us on the right spirit. We trying to get on the right spirit now that we Hebrews. And now we looking in the scripture like, man, look at all this stuff I've been doing wrong. Right? Go ahead.
Parents too. Like by herself or whatever. So I'll tell her, don't buy all these snacks that you want.
Right.
She mind about all these snacks.
Right.
I told her with the like food stuff that's on.
Right.
She stayed by the chips and all the stuff. But I got her, you know, we eat and then come to that, can I get a snack? No, you can't get a snack.
Yeah. Right.
You know, that's all they do. They learn how to get snack and she don't stop.
Yeah, that refined, this is a different topic, but that refined sugar is addictive to your children, right? To yourselves too. If you consume a lot of it, you're going to want to consume more of it. You will never be satisfied with it. The more you eat, the more you're going to want to eat, because it's actually metaphysical. Actually, your body starts to crave it like a drug. So you eat and you got to eat more of it. And damn, I'm only going to have one cookie. We got to eat half the box. And they can make commercials about it. You just can't eat just one, right? Not realizing that, you know what? There's a reason why you just can't eat one. There's something in this that makes you want to eat another one. So you trying to battle something that they know you're going to lose, because if they scientists, they don't put this thing together already. A lot of stuff be going on with us. We don't even realize. Like you said, you eating fruit and stuff like that, you might eat a few, you had enough. But that bag of chips ain't going to be enough. That thing is finished. You're not satisfied till you scrape the bottom of that bad boy. That's when you like, all right, there ain't no more left. Right? And you straighten out the bag and put the crumbs in your mouth, because you are connected to that thing. You don't want to see it finished. That's metaphysical. That's chemical and how it affects your brain. Okay. You move away from those foods, you start to realize. Not till you move away from them, you realize, damn, what sugar is. Got a spirit on it. Especially refined sugar, like these ultra sweet things. You know what I mean? They got all this stuff in it. You know what I mean? So you gotta be mindful of that. Gotta stay away from it. Don't even eat one, because you eat one, you'll eat 10. All right? Leave it alone. All right? But that's a whole other class too. That's health class. All right? We say it under the mothers. We're gonna get into this mothers here. All right. So this child is a gluttonous. What else? What's wrong with this child?
And a drunkard.
So this ain't no baby, right? And a drunkard. So this is a grown ass. He in the house. And he going up in the liquor cabinet, right? This is a joker. You need to deal with this man right here, right? Read on.
Verse 21. And all the men of this city shall stone him.
Shall do what?
Shall stone him.
Shall stone this man with stones. Read on.
That he died.
That he what?
That he died.
Take his life. Read on.
So shalt thou put evil away.
So shall thou. This is how you're going to. Read on.
Put evil away.
Put evil away. Read on.
From among you.
From among your people. Because why? Other people going to see that go down and go. Yeah. Did you see what happened to so-and-so? Mm-hmm. I ain't even trying to listen. I'm going to say something to me. I'm con. That's all you're going to say. That's all you got to say. What? Con. Yep, con. Whatever they say. After seeing the neighbor's son get stoned with stones. Mm-hmm. That's how you put evil away from Israel. Israel needs examples. A lot of times, what happens in the news, they say this person got shot. Got killed because they're in a gang or they they selling drugs. No, they shot and killed because they didn't honor their father and their mother. That's why you need to bring it out. So that maybe when somebody see that, they can connect it the right way. It ain't about no drugs. Drugs is what you ended up doing. Crime is what you ended up doing. But you started out, the problem started when you started what? Dishonoring your parents. Right? Now, I'm not saying your parents is all the way innocent because they probably dishonoring the Most High God, which caused them to dishonor, to cause the cycle of dishonor, disrespect, which ends up with death. Okay? So we got to be mindful of all these things. All right? So we see in the root, the sickness. We attack the things at the root, not the symptoms. All right? So give me Proverbs 28:24.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 24.
Right?
Whoso robbeth his father or his mother, and saith, it is no transgression, the same is the companion of a destroyer.
Of the what?
Of a destroyer.
Right. What do you mean you're a companion of a destroyer? That means you're going to be dealt with. So when you say rob your mother and your father, that sounds interesting. What does that mean? How do you rob your mother and your father? You stick them up? What you do? Huh? What your Bible say? Oh yeah, that's fine. Right. What are you gonna do? Stick them up, or how you rob your mother and your father? Dress them up. What do you mean? Stealing from them. Taking things that they told you not to take. Right? Touching things they told you not to touch. We get used, see, parents get used to certain things. If you tell your son, listen, don't take that, right? Whatever it is. And they take it away when you turn your back. They robbed you because you just told them don't take it. And they took it, right? Whether it be money, like you say, food, say, yo, don't eat noise. Don't open that bag. Don't go in that cabinet. Don't open that refrigerator. You turn your back. Right? Take what they want to take. Consume what they want to consume. Goes it back. They get into a habit of what? Taking from their parent. Right? Taking. Next thing you know, they think that they are, how could you say, what am I looking for? They think they should have everything you have. What's that? Entitled, thank you. Now they think they're entitled to just take. This breeds problems. Okay. So he says, you rob your father and your mother. He said, you're going to be a companion to the destroyer. That means the Most High going to send the destroyer. You know the Most High got a spirit called a destroyer, huh? I mean, I know that. Right? There's a spirit called a destroyer. Right? You will suffer the destroyer to come in your house. We read about it every time we read about Passover, right? What was the spirit that was called that went over Egypt? Right? It's also called the destroyer. Right? It's a spirit that brings death. The spirits of vengeance are spirits that bring death. They don't bring death out of the blue. They go in the spirit of somebody, and if that person brings the death, shoots up the block, does a drive-through, or whatever the case may be. Those spirits dwell amongst us. That's why it said the wages of sin is what? How do you think that is? Because the Most High sent that spirit out there. That spirit of vengeance. So we gotta be mindful. We gotta know death comes from the Most High. The Most High said, I killeth and I make alive. Give me that real quick. 1 Samuel 2:6. 1 Samuel 2:6.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2 and verse 6.
Right.
The Most High killeth,
right?
and maketh alive.
Right. The Most High kills and make alive. When a child is conceived and that baby is born, it has to be the Most High. When a man catch a bad one and he loses his life, blessed be the Most High. Because he kills and he maketh alive. Don't get it mixed up in your head. Everything, even if it's evil that go down in the city, the Most High knew that he sanctioned that evil to go down. Okay? He sanctioned that evil to go down. Why? Because we're blatantly disobedient to his laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? That's the power that we serve. People waiting for judgment day every day. People getting judged every day. Right? You might have passed judgment because he allowed you to continue to live. Someone down the street didn't make it. They didn't make it past judgment today. So we got to be mindful of that. Give me Leviticus 19 and verse 3. More about his Mother's Day. Hold on before you read that. This thing reads on. It says, one of the earliest historical records of a society celebrating a mother deity can be found among the ancient Egyptians, who held an annual festival to honor the goddess Isis, who was commonly regarded as the mother of the pharaohs. Her stern yet handsome head is typically crowned by a pair of bull horns enclosing a fiery sun orb. She is most often depicted sitting on a throne. Anybody seen Beyonce lately? And this Beyonce mask that she got going on, like worshiping her, and she has on this outfit looking like ISIS. Anybody caught on to that? I didn't even catch on to that. Google Beyonce and see what she's dealing with nowadays. She's coming out with it slowly but sure. Now, people have been said Jay-Z and her was dealing with the devil, right, from a long time ago, right? But it's coming out to the forefront now. Okay, them jokers is dealing with the devil on a high level. I think it's a game. All right, don't let the rapping and the singing and the dancing fool you. They rap and sing, dance to devil worship. Okay, and they're starting to bring it out more and more. Okay, they're starting to bring it out, 444 or whatever the other thing is. What are you dealing with that? Right? What verse and chapter is that? To what book? It's obviously a verse and a chapter and verse, right? The way it's written. 4:4. What verse and chapter is that? Exactly. You don't want to read that one. That's exactly. I don't know. I don't want to know. All right. They do want some heavy devil worship over there. But that's to be expected, because you can't get a certain level of richness kingdom without giving your soul to the devil. All right. It's a requirement. Okay. So we don't expect nothing better. We're going to read on here. Ancient Roman celebration. The festival of Isis was also celebrated by the Romans, who used the event to commemorate an important battle and to mark the beginning of winter. Despite being an imported deity, Isis held a place at the Roman temple, and her festival, which lasted for 3 days, was regarded by mostly female dancers, musicians, and singers. So Rome was just full of damn orgies and foolishness, right? So everything was regarded by female dancers, and every holiday was female dancers in Rome, right? But to show you that they took what was Egyptian and then it became Roman, right? Then it became European. And now it's American. Okay? The same festival travels throughout the years and ends up right back in society. Why? Because all these societies are worshiping Satan. Okay. So that's why they can mesh and continue on the same beliefs, the same festivals. But when you come to this truth, you come out of the darkness and the light, we have no such Mother's Day. Right? We have no such Father's Day. Right? We honor our mothers and our fathers a different way. Let's show how we honor our mothers and fathers. Give me 1 Kings 2:19.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 2, and verse 19. Bathsheba,
Right?
therefore, went unto King Solomon to speak unto him for Adonai.
Yep.
And the king rose up to meet her and bowed himself unto her.
Wait a second. The king did what?
And the king rose up to meet her and bowed himself unto her.
Wait a minute. Solomon is the king
Mm-hmm.
of Israel, which is the top nation of the earth. Who did he just bow himself to? Huh? Why did he bow himself to Bathsheba? Who's Bathsheba to Solomon? That's his mother. That's his mother. So you could be king of all kingdoms and provinces and lands. Would your mother come down? I didn't bow himself to his mother, Bathsheba. So you can never be above honoring your mother. Everybody saying that? So this is not, when we don't celebrate no pagan Mother's Day, right? It's not that we dishonor our mothers. It's that we're going to show them the honor due to them by the Most High God. Read.
And sat down on his throne,
Right?
and caused a seat to be set for the king's mother.
Right?
And she sat on his right hand.
She got up on the throne and caused the helper to come bring a seat so she can sit down right next to her son on the right hand side on the throne. Okay? Why? Because she's his mother. Okay? That's why. So we gotta understand the levels of this thing. We learn by looking in the scriptures. Okay? So we have our way of honoring our parents. We don't gotta follow Esau's way, how he honored his mother. You know, his deity. He worshiped his false god. He's not really honoring his mother anyway. Okay? It's a blessing for a woman to become a mother. You're a woman and you're not a mother yet, right? So that's a blessing to become a mother. That's a rite of passage. That's almost a graduation for a woman to go from being a young woman to being a mother. Okay, that's a blessing given to a woman. When a woman doesn't have a child, they pray to the Most High and they can bring forth, and their womb can bring forth. In this society, we got women saying, "I don't want no children." You don't want no children, how you going to become a mother? Okay. It's a blessing for a young woman to become a mother. Everybody understand that? I'm going to show you that. Give me Psalms 113 and 9.
The book of Psalm, chapter 1:13. And verse 9. He maketh the barren woman to keep house.
Right, he maketh the barren woman to keep house. Mean that what? He blesses the barren woman. What's the meaning of a woman is barren? I mean, she can't have children, right? Let's prove that. Give me Genesis now, 25 and 21. Genesis 25, verse 21.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 21.
Read.
And Isaac entreated the Most High for his wife.
Right.
Because she was barren.
She was what?
She was barren.
Read on.
And the Most High was entreated of him.
Meaning the Most High heard Isaac's prayer. Read on.
And Rebekah,
Right.
his wife, conceived.
She did what?
Conceived.
She conceived. Because if she wasn't conceiving, that was considered what? A problem. Everybody understand that? But today they glorify this. They want to be just single and live their life. They don't have. I don't want to be tied down with no baby. The Most High gave you organs to have children. Okay, it's not just for the pleasures. Okay, the pleasure is supposed to bring forth a person, a being, a child, a woman, a baby. Let's go all the way to the beginning. Give me Genesis 4:1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4 and verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
Right.
And she conceived.
And she what?
She conceived.
Adam knew Eve and Eve conceived. Did it say Adam knew Eve and she had a good time? It says she knew Eve and Eve conceived. It's a blessing for a woman to become a mother. Give me Genesis, the 1st chapter. Read 21.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 21. And the Most High created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the water brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after their kind. And the Most High saw that it was good.
Right.
And the Most High blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let fowl multiply in the earth.
Right. So even the animals was told to procreate, to fill the seas and the earth. Okay. Give me 26 also.
Verse 26. The Most High said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish, over the sea, of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth,
right,
and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Read on.
So the Most High created man in his own image,
right,
and the image of Yahweh created he him,
right,
male and female created he them.
Read on.
And the Most High blessed them.
And he blessed them. Read on.
And the Most High said unto them,
and he said unto them what?
Be fruitful and multiply,
right,
and replenish the earth,
right,
and subdue it.
Come on.
And have dominion over the fish of the sea,
read,
and over the fowl of the air,
come on,
and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
Become fathers and mothers. That's what the scriptures say. Go ahead.
Does that also?
Absolutely. Become fathers and mothers. It's an honor to be a mother. We're not taking that away. That's not why we don't celebrate Mother's Day. We don't celebrate Mother's Day because that's a pagan worship. That's worship of goddesses. That's trying to make women out to be God. And we don't do that. Correct? Only one God, Yahweh. Okay? Our women are not to be worshipped. Okay? Give me Proverbs 30. I believe it is. No, give me Proverbs 1 and 8. So give me Proverbs 1 and 8.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 8. My son, hear the instruction of thy father,
right,
And forsake not the law of thy mother.
And not forsake what?
And forsake not the law of thy mother.
And forsake not the law of thy mother. Hear thy father's instruction, and do not forsake the law of thy mother. So your mother has knowledge and wisdom to give you. Okay. Hold that now, give me 30. Proverbs 30. Verse 1, I read this. 31 and 1? Yeah. 31 and 1, slide.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 1. The words of King Lemuel,
right.
The prophecy that his mother taught him.
That's who taught him?
That his mother taught him.
The prophecy that his mother taught him. Let's see what his mother taught him. Read.
What, my son? And what, the son of my womb?
Come on.
And what, the son of my vows?
Right.
Give not thy strength unto women.
Do what?
Give not thy strength unto women.
Right. So this whole feminist woman against men madness is of this kingdom. It's not of our kingdom. His mother told him, don't give his strength unto women. Why? Read on. Nor
thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Because that was when you give your strength to a woman, it destroys kings. How did we learn that? Who was destroyed by giving his strength to a woman?
Solomon.
King Solomon.
Yeah.
The best example of that. Because he loved these strange women. Right? He ended up turning his heart against the Most High God. Okay? By allowing them to build their deities and their false gods. Right? You might have a woman, you might love this woman. Not because you love this woman, mean that you got to go celebrate Mother's Day with her. That's the same thing. You know better, but you're going to do this because you love your woman. And you want her to be happy. So I just want to be happy. So I'm going to go celebrate Mother's Day. Meanwhile, you're angry with the Most High God that gave you that woman. How that makes sense? You honor the gift better than the giver. You're supposed to give the gift, give him a thank you, not the gift. The gift you receive for Thanksgiving, yes, thank you. But you honor the giver. What you got?
I got the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 18. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough,
right,
to make cakes to the queen of heaven,
right,
and to pour out drink offerings unto other powers, that they may provoke me to anger.
Right, because what they do, you deal with these heathen women, they kept going astray. Yeah, right? What's that? Body of wits. People like that scripture. All right, read it. Go ahead, read it. People just like that scripture. That ain't me, man. Yeah, 4 and verse 26. This man have lost their wits.
The book of First Ezra, chapter 4 and verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women,
right,
and become servants for their sakes.
Right, become servants for their sakes. It's not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be serving Amashek Yahusha. Okay? But this is going more into marriage and things of that sort. I don't want to stray from the topic of mothers. But that's a whole nother deal with how you're supposed to deal with your woman in your household. But our daughters are supposed to want to be mothers. That's the point we're trying to make here. Okay? Give me Proverbs 6 and 20. They used to have it in the school system, home ec, right? Oh, yeah. Back in the days where you used to have to carry around the baby and they would give the baby to the mother and they'll like give a mock family and they'll give them a husband, and they'll teach them household finances and all these type of things. They took that out of schools. They do like a little watered down version of it now, but it ain't nothing like it used to be, right? Because they're not even promoting that anymore. They're not promoting family anymore. That's one way to destroy a kingdom or a nation. Stop promoting family. Once you got, because now you breaking all the family ties. What is a nation but a group of families, right? That's what a nation is. The whole nation of Israel was what? Come from Jacob, his wives Leah, right, and Rachel, and his concubines, Zilpah and Bilhah. That's where the whole nation came from. One family. So to break down the family structure, they know that breaks down the nation. That's the core of the nation. So we don't have husbands and wives, and we don't have having children. We're not building strong households, keeping Torah in the house. Everything is separate. Everything is separate. Everything is divide and conquer. If our women were behind our men the way they're supposed to be, and our men was behind the way they were supposed to be, we would be a lot stronger people. Okay, we pool our resources. All right, read them.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 20. My son, keep thy father's commandments and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Oh, we read that already, right?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, 15 and 20.
Proverbs 15:20.
Yes.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 20. Proverbs 15, verse 20. A wise son maketh a glad father,
right?
But a foolish man despiseth his mother.
Yeah, a foolish man despises mother. Oh, I can't stand my mother. You a fool, man. Your mother might be going through some change. They get old, they might get dementia, they might get some things going on, but you got to despise your mom. You still got to take care of it. You still got to be there. You got to figure it out. Sometimes as a son, you got to take things under control. You got to take authority of the situation. Maybe your mother's mind might be fading. You got to take control, but you're always for her benefit, not for her demise. Everybody understand that? You got them children nowadays, like the white children, they be murking their parents for the insurance money. You can't be more than that, spirit. Once you die already, so get that insurance money. That's wicked. That's wicked. But that happens all the time. The young rich kids kill their parents, collect all that money. They know their parents having a stupid insurance, $250 million. You gonna put a price tag on your head that high? You might get what you got coming to you. This is a rough world, man. It's a capitalist society. People don't capitalize on things. Especially if they love that money. The love of money is the what? We know that already. Let's get the book of Ruth 1 verse 8. Book of Ruth 1 verse 8. You got it? Tell me when you got it. One verse 8.
The book of Ruth, chapter 1 and verse 8. And Naomi said unto her, two daughters-in-law, go, return each to her mother's house.
Right, so Naomi had two daughter-in-laws. Her sons were killed. So the two daughters, the wives of her sons, he told the two daughters, listen, go back to your mother's. Right? Go back to your mother's house. Read on.
The Most High deal kindly with you.
May the Most High deal kindly with you too. Read on.
As ye have dealt with the dead and with me.
Right. Because you were kind to my sons and you were kind to me. Read on.
The Most High grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband.
Read on.
Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her, surely we will return with thee unto thy people.
Right.
And Naomi said, turn again, my daughters. Why would ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb?
Right.
That they may be your husbands?
Right.
Turn again, my daughters. Go your way.
Right.
For I am too old to have an husband.
Right.
If I should say I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them till they were grown?
Right. So she's basically saying, why y'all want to stick with me? Even if I had a husband now, and if I got pregnant tonight, are you gonna wait 20 years? Right? You know?
Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Most High is gone out against me.
Right.
And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law,
right.
But Ruth clave unto her.
Right.
And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people and unto her powers. Return thou after thy sister-in-law.
Right.
And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For where thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge.
Right. So the reason we went here to show that you have another mother called a mother-in-law. Okay? That's a mother that didn't birth you, but is still honored as a mother to be honored. Everybody understand that? You have to honor your mother-in-law. Okay? She also is due honor. As you can see, the love and the connection that she had with her mother-in-law and her daughters, she called them my daughters. My mother-in-law. Nowadays, in-laws don't even know that your child marries somebody, your son marries a woman. That woman now becomes your daughter. Okay. That relation has to be established. That honor has to be given. Everybody understand that? You can't be over there, well, that's your mother, I gotta deal with her. That's not what we read in the scriptures. Okay. In the scriptures, a mother-in-law was respected, and a father-in-law was respected as your mother or your father. Okay. So we gotta learn these things. Because you might think, well, that's your people, it's your family, I'm dealing with you, I ain't dealing with them. But it don't work that way. It don't work that way, not in our wars. Okay. The families was connected. We know we went through some dark times and we didn't have the laws, and Howard Shai came and brought a lot of division, broke up families because the truth coming. But we got to start to mend those breaches. Everybody understand that? Give me Luke 12 and 53.
The book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 53.
Right.
The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother.
Right.
The mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law,
Right.
and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Read on.
And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud ride out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is.
Right, so what he talking about? In the last days, man, it's going to be division in the household. There'll be divisions. Father and mother, mother-in-law, father, they all supposed to be together, but there's divisions. Why? Because some want to do the Most High will, some don't. So there's going to be divisions. Because we're not all on one accord yet. But we working on that, bringing that spirit back. Okay. Right now, we got each other. We honor each other. We make sure that we're looking out for one another. The Messiah said, give me Luke 8:21. Like the Messiah said about his mother, his father, his somewhere, matter of fact, somewhere 8:20.
The book of Luke, chapter 8, and verse 20.
Right?
And it was told him by a certain which said, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to see thee.
So this was his blood family, his mother and his brothers, desiring to see the Messiah. Read on.
And he answered and said unto him, my mother and my brethren are these which hear the word of the Most High and do it.
So why did he say that? What is he making a comparison? He made a comparison of those that do the work of the Most High are close to me, like my mother and my brother. You have become my mother and my brother because those that do the will of the Most High are like my mother and my brother, which is what those that are really close to him. Everybody see that? He made that comparison as if talking about his mother and his brother. All right. So when we do the Most High's will, Yahushua, he's near unto us. Right? And he'll give us wisdom, he'll give us understanding, give us direction. Because we're moving in his spirit. He's near, he's in the midst of us, as the scriptures say. Okay. So we understand that, we gotta honor, our mothers by the way the Most High told us to, and the word told us to. Not the way pagan worship tells us to, by buying couple $1 billion worth of flowers and a few $1 billion of spas and all kind of stuff. That's not honoring your mother. Okay. Honoring your mother is according to the Lord's statute commandment. Everybody understand that? All right. So what time is it now? It's 10:28. So at this time, any questions or anything we went over? Comments, concerns concerning Mother's Day? Anybody? Anybody going to buy flowers tomorrow? Making sure. All right. Hopefully we got full understanding of what the Most High requires us to do with others and our parents, and examples in the scriptures. We continue in that spirit, praising the Most High. All right. Tomorrow, noonday, we have the Shabbat service where we go into the portion in the law. Make sure you make it out for the Shabbat service tomorrow. Huh? With that, I will say, Amadia Bupanya Yerashno, stand and face Jerusalem, for the close of prayer. Amadia Wapanya Yerushalayim, stand and face Jerusalem. I'm going to set up the Mashiach, Tapala, the Lord's Prayer. In the Lashon Kodash, repeat. Abiyanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malach Wafka, Taba'ah, Watazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baharatiza, Ka,
Ka,
Hashemayim,
Hashemayim,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Lacham,
Lacham,
Kol,
Ko,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalachanaw,
Wasalaknanaw,
Hamawafyanaw,
Kawakinaw,
Kasalakinaw,
Kasalakinaw,
Hamawafyanaw,
Kawakinaw,
Wala'a,
Wala,
Kabiyanaw,
Labanaw,
Wanasai one,
Wansai one,
Abal,
Abal,
Hawashaynaw,
Awashinaw,
Man,
Man,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Amalakwa,
Wa'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wahatai Pararath,
Watai Pura,
La'ibulami,
Nabilabya,
Wahashem,
Mahashim,
Yamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Amen.
Amen. Lord's Prayer English, Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. But Hashem HaMashiach Yahushai, the water of Yah, Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right. Remember, don't forget tomorrow.